I'm here sitting at my hotel and reminiscing about the fashion month that just ended. During Fashion Week, we like to talk as fast as possible of everything that's happening, when I've actually always found that I don't have an idea of what all that means until a little bit later. So for once, let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about the fashion month that was. Well, first, this Fashion Week showed us the first reason we have to get dressed. It's to protect ourselves from the weather. And oh my God, what weather did we get? Snow, snow and snow, and rain and more snow. We were almost worried that New York Fashion Week would be cancelled at some point. But no, only Marc Jacobs had to move his show slightly to the very end of Fashion Week. And seriously, it was well worth the wait. I think it must have been my favorite moment of Fashion Week. The atmosphere of this show is still with me today, and yeah, I don't think I will forget it anytime soon. One of the subjects that really moved this Fashion Week was all the questions we have about what internet has created. Suzy Menkes, in now a very famous story, talked about what she called the circus of fashion. And it became quite the talk of the town. You know that thing of taking pictures of people outside of the shows? Even to me, it seemed to have gotten a little bit out of hand. I talked about it with my friends, remember? We talked a lot, actually. I love their point of view.
You know, there is definitely more pressure to dress up during the shows. And that's been like the last 5 years.
I wore same top, same t-shirt, same jacket, same pants, and I wore silver shoes.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh. I was like, this is so weird.
I don't want to wear 76 colors. I don't want to wear velvet shoes in a snowstorm.
Right.
Even if I wouldn't wear 76 colors at once, I like being around people who are excited about fashion, whether or not it corresponds to what I like. What's wrong with being around a bunch of people that get up in the morning and want to get dressed and have fun?
And you know what I think? I think that it's a blessing that fashion has become the object of such love. A love that expresses itself in so many different ways. Sometimes goofy, sometimes irritating, but most times it's pretty touching. A new generation that loves fashion and wants to take part in it. Seriously, what's not to love? Fashion is becoming pop culture, and of course it means that sometimes it has growing pains. It also means that fashion is very, very healthy. One of the signs of that expansion is that high street brands like Topshop, Etam and H&M want to be part of that momentum. And they put a lot of effort into sharing it with everybody. While some brands prefer to cultivate secret and a certain form of elitism, the big guns come and really put on a show. To me, that blur between the commercial and the creativity is what is really changing fashion right now. It was brilliantly crystallized in one of the best shows of the season, the giant, the beautiful, the one and only Chanel. See this big giant globe? The flags represent the countries where Chanel is implanted. Fashion globalization, Chanel's empire. See that symbol as you want, but we know that Karl is one to have a clear vision of the future. See what I was telling you? Fashion is fascinating. That's why I love it so much. Well, I also love it because I love beautiful clothes. Let's talk about that. What were your favorite shows? We asked you on Twitter and Facebook, and here are your top 3 shows. Now, do you want to know about my favorite ones? Well, you know I'm going to tell you about Stella McCartney. You know how much I love her, and this time she surprised me again. Those dark silhouettes, this take on the masculine wardrobe, went straight to my heart. And look at that beautiful dress. That's what I want for my Oscar moment. What, you can't win an Oscar if you're not in a movie? Well, I'm talking about my own personal movie, you know, my dream. Let me tell you about Hermès that presented a great collection. Its luxurious understatement at its core is exactly what I'd love to have in my dream wardrobe. The styling was amazing too. It was Marc, but I already told you about that. And Dior, what a show! Can we talk about the magical Valentino? Oh please, this is more than beauty, it's eternal. I can't finish that flashback without taking a second to talk about Dries Van Noten. As one of the first shows of Paris Fashion Week, it took our exhausted brains right back into fashion heaven. No words for a second. Guys, look at that. I'm such a lucky girl. I met him and I was so moved by his honesty. This is one of those interviews that you leave with like butterflies in your belly, just because you had a moment into an elevated, smart, gentle and artful world. You'll see more of that interview super soon. Talking about heart, can we stop 1 second and talk about Natalia Vodianova? I met her at the occasion of her Stam show and we really talked about everything. Hi.
Hi guys.
I wanted to know a little bit about your background. I've been reading a lot about it, but I wanted to hear from you.
Well, until I kind of went on my own, it's always been about supporting my family and helping my mom. Since I was 6, actually, I was raising my little sister who was born with cerebral palsy, and I did everything at home, plus studied, plus, you know, it was really intense.
You're taking care of that line for Stam. You've been able to manage to keeping on being super edgy because you're still on the cover of Vogue, but also work with brands that are more for, you know, a wider audience.
It was always very important for me to keep to my roots and who I am and to remember what I needed back then. What would I want when I didn't have the financial security and a lot to play with. When I was thinking of Stam and thinking it was not an easy decision to collaborate in the first place, because I was, you know, I didn't have those experiences before. It's a risk in a way. But I felt confident that with all the experience that I had over the years of seeing the best people at work.
You know what's most important to me? It's the friends I made at Fashion Week. Can I call you Stam?
Yeah, please do.
Oh, I love that.
It means like trunk of the tree.
Oh, are you a tree hugger? Do you Instagram and tweet and everything a lot?
I do.
Yeah.
I see you have the same one.
I do. This is very French.
Okay.
It's a lot of sugar, but trending.
So trending.
That and the moments I share with my team. It's difficult not to crack when I talk about all that because I love these people with all my heart and let's not go into sentiments. You have to know that most times these people, well, they're the ones that make me love the most. Yep, guys, it's all about keeping a good sense of humor. Till next time!